right, man.
Let it rip.
Let it rip.
What?
Crack my little Red Bull
The
here.
Red Bull got the Ghost Energy. We are thick as thieves right now,
Man, you know what they say about that Red Bull? It gives you wings.
basically.
I,
Gonna be flying.
I mean, let's not dilly dally,
Where
you
to
know?
start? Yeah, where? Like, what's up?
I
What
mean,
the fuck is up, man?
we got rank play that just came out. We got some football that happened this
Oh
weekend.
yeah,
Got some more coming this next weekend. Uh, somehow Big Mike McCarthy's still the head coach of the Cowboys. Don't know how that happened.
and I love it.
Oh
Keep him
no, you
forever. Sign an
just
extension.
like Zeke, just keep feeding him,
Let's keep doing it.
And he's going to that cafeteria as soon as he signed that extension and said, "Hey,
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna need at least two of them plates of gravy with
Minimum.
the biscuits easily. You
Minimum.
know what? Three because I'm feeling good today."
Trying to see if EP got a win tonight. Not sure
Okay.
about the final score. Don't have an
hmm
update yet, but I will keep the people updated
Okay. Yeah, that's
as we
good.
go.
That seeing as he's gonna be your future intern, we might want to one time, get like a little post game interview from him, whether that's a Discord or something. We're
Yeah.
gonna have to set
They're
something like
going
that up.
against the number one team in the league, and they played the second worst team in the league earlier this week and lost 6-2. So I'm not expecting much.
Okay, but we both know if they lose, it's not because of him.
No, it never is.
Never is. It couldn't be.
In other news, Chip Kelly was at Glendora High School today. I
Are
don't
you
know if you saw
serious?
that. Yeah, he went to
No.
Glendora and Bonita recruiting. So if Chip's going around here, it is slim pickings. If he is
It's
stopping
not
at
looking
Glendora and
great.
Bonita, I know Bonita's got like one kid who's pretty good, who's supposedly going to Bama, but
I think
we
Glendora.
ain't
What
got much.
we had our running back Ford, but he was hurt like all season. Maybe they were going for an offensive
Yeah,
lineman.
Decker obviously, but he's. I
He's
wonder.
going
You
to
you think he's going to
Washington.
Bama now?
I haven't seen anything.
Neither have I. I wonder. I have to hit up the. I have to hit up the fam. Maybe
Yeah, get some sources going on that
some
one.
sources close to the family. Yeah, but I saw a picture. It was Chip Kelly walking around Glendora High School. I'm like, okay, well, they're gonna suck this year.
Yeah.
Those
Put him
guys are gonna
down
be ass.
bottom tier.
Yeah,
I
lock
mean,
lock that in for
yeah.
worst team in the Big Ten, I should say now.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. It's the Big 10, but it's the Big 18, so it's whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
Like, how did we get a conference with 18 teams? Like,
I
what
know.
happened?
The Big
How'd we get
Ten
here?
has 18 teams. Doesn't make sense.
No, no, absolutely not. And is there going to be an East side and like a West side? No, just overall record. Send them in there. I mean, how's the week been, brother? What you been
Week's
up to?
been good. Been caught up in coaching. Lots of coaching this week. This is our second official week of track practice.
Okay, how's the squad
Um,
looking? We feeling good? Got a little
the girls are
reps
are
under
pretty
us.
good. Girls are
Mhm.
pretty good. The guys, let's just say we got some work to do.
Okay, we got
Um, we're,
a
you know,
little lacking, a little bit.
we're lacking in a lot of areas. I had to absolutely light some people up yesterday at practice.
Ooh, okay.
Basically, football players. I had to light them up in front of everyone, in front of the girls,
Oh,
in front of soccer practice, in front of parents in the stands. Lit them up. To their credit, they did not talk back, so that was good. But
okay, it's a good move.
you know,
It's
they gotta lock in.
probably not smart to talk back to a coach who's got so much, experience and
It's what you think, huh?
records.
But
I
some of
mean,
these kids think that they just are the fucking
like,
greatest
hey,
thing.
what do you think you are? Well, oh,
So
oh,
today
my
was
bad.
a little more chill. It
Okay,
was a good
good
day.
job.
Tomorrow's time trial day.
Okay, so that's
So
like,
everybody's doing a 150 meter,
mhm,
150 meter
right.
time trial. You have to hit a certain mark to get into the varsity sprint group. If you don't,
Your ass is
you're
grass.
either going to distance, you're doing pole vault, you're a shitter, basically.
Okay, you're a
And
shitter.
I don't coach shitters, so
That narrows it down.
you either hit the time or your ass is grass, buddy.
All right.
And everyone wants to be a sprinter, so I told him, hey,
Yeah.
a lot of you aren't gonna aren't gonna make it. So hopefully you pick another event or something. So good luck.
So you basically walked in like the Marines and like the Navy SEALs, and you're like, I know you want to be here, but just know a lot of y'all ain't
Oh
gonna
yeah,
make it. So
first day I said, everyone come over here if you want to be a sprinter. 2/3 of
right.
the group comes over, so like 40 kids. I'm like, okay, not a good start. I'm like, um, raise your hand if you're a freshman. Half of them. I'm like, okay. I'm like, there are 4 spots on a relay for varsity and 4 spots for freshmen. So that's 8 people out of this group. Actually, not even, because I'm like, I got 1 kid in soccer. I got
Right.
4 kids that have been training for the past 2 months, so they're not even in this group.
Yeah.
So there might be 2 spots out of 40 of you. So that, let's put it into perspective. Don't
Maybe
get
we want to consider
discouraged.
how we're
Don't
doing
get,
this thing.
yeah, maybe think, oh, I could try jumps.
Yeah.
I could
Maybe a little
try,
javelin, maybe a
yeah,
little
let's try
pole
something.
vault. Yeah.
Because you're not all gonna make it. And you know if you're a sprinter or not. Most of you kids, like, I feel, do you not, you know you're rolled, like,
Right.
right? You gotta know, like, have a little self-awareness.
Yeah.
Have you
I
not been
mean,
growing up at PE class? Like, I've never won a race, so why would I think that I'm gonna end up being in the sprint squad? Like, come on now.
I got cement blocks on my ankle, but hey, you know what?
Hey, good
This year's
luck.
different. This year's
Yeah.
different, man. Hey, man, that's pretty good. I mean, week's been good for me as well. Just kind of, man, just waking up in the morning, and the way my routine goes is I can either start at 9 in the morning or I can start at 8. And it all depends. I'll wake up at 7:30 and I'll check my work phone. And I'm like, all right, do I got any messages that are like urgent? If I got messages that are urgent, yeah,
Mhm.
got to get up, get those taken
Yep.
care of. Probably once this week I could start at 9, others start at 8. Uh, but I mean, the new computer I have just makes life just so
Yeah.
much better. Just everything works faster.
Yeah.
We're challenged. That's basically
Yeah.
what's happening. We see you, we challenge you.
I see you, hear
Um,
you, chow you.
yeah, absolutely. If if I see you on the map, trust me, I'm running over. Um, so everything's going good with that. I've been enjoying life there. Tried out this new little game last night with my girlfriend. It's called Overcooked, and basically, you
Is
ever
that
heard of
that
this thing?
cooking shit? Yeah.
Oh, brother. I mean, it's fun, but the mechanics are so bad.
Mm.
Like, so
What's
you
it
could,
on? What, like,
uh,
console?
I think it's on Xbox. It might be
Mm.
Xbox and
So
PlayStation. I
where'd
don't
you play it?
think.
At her place?
No, she brought her Xbox to my
Oh,
place.
okay, okay. I was
Just
like,
hooked
I
that
know
up.
you got the I'm like, well, how do you even play this?
Bro, so I'm sitting there cooking it, and my guy, obviously, I had to pick the guy that looked closest to the Swedish chef. Shout out,
Yeah.
the Muppets, just had to. So, like, you're making food and stuff, and so you'll grab like an onion or something, and you got to bring it to the cutting board to then cut it. But there's spaces in between. Your guy just will randomly put stuff right in the middle of the space, and you can't do shit
Okay.
with it. Then you got to
Yeah.
pick it back up, move it,
Thanks
or
for nothing.
man, I broke the game twice yesterday. There's like parts of the map that move. I got stuck over one side. I was like, I don't know, but it was a good time.
Yeah.
Had a good time. Ate some
Seen some
Sour
videos
Patch
about
Kids
that.
while we're
Seems
doing it.
like a vibe.
It's a good vibe. It's an absolutely good vibe. It's one of those, you're not like grinding it. You're just kind of vibing, letting your brain
Yeah.
turn off a little bit. Um, been doing that, and just trying to get back into the old workout grind after got sick with the flu last week, and then you had the
Yep.
holidays. So you got the holidays and then the flu. So you're like basically a month out. And,
Yeah.
you know, restart the system, and then
Gotta
rank
get
plays
locked
here.
back in. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ranked is here. Time to
I'm
start
happy.
grinding.
Oh yeah. So we're feeling good. You know what I mean? We're
Mhm.
we're not bummed out. Feeling good. Was very ecstatic to hear too that I mean my pillars for the Rams are coming back. Aaron Donald's coming back. Stafford's coming back.
Yep.
McVay's excited for next year. Like life's good.
Yes, even with the Eagles, I know Kelsey said he didn't officially retire. I was like, "What the
Okay.
hell?" Like,
Oh,
he never had a that people just thought he was going to, and he said he
right.
hasn't actually made an official decision.
Ooh,
That's what he said on the podcast with
I
Travis.
did see
So
that. Yeah.
I don't know what that's about. I mean, he'll probably retire. If I had to guess, he
Yeah.
probably will. But like, hey, let's run that
I
shit
mean,
back. Give him another keg of beer and just let's roll this thing
oh
over
yeah.
again.
Give him a little wide. Maybe 3 this time.
Yeah,
And maybe
we might need to upgrade.
there might be something in his contract where like we got to get a different center for the tush push because I mean this guy's saying fuck my life every time and
Pretty
just
much, yeah.
like
Boy's
we
hurting
got to
out
get
there.
something else.
Boy's hurting.
I'd love to see him come back for another year. I mean, but he's had a hell of a career. The fit that he wore for the Super Bowl parade is God,
Electric.
They don't make them like that.
No.
And that big of a guy wearing that suit,
I
like,
know.
oh my
Looks
god.
insane. I respect it. I mean,
I
I'd
love
love
it.
for him to I'm pretty sure Brandon Graham's gonna come back. He basically said, like, "Hey, if they want
Yeah,
me back, I'll come back," and I don't see why they wouldn't bring him back.
yeah.
Fletcher Cox is somebody who might want more money
Mhm.
and, like, be a little less like, "Oh, I'll be team friendly," so we'll see. Lane Johnson obviously said he's got a few more years in him, which is good.
Yeah,
Um, Everybody is endorsing Sirianni.
yeah.
They're obviously it's already come out said that basically the reports are Sirianni's gonna be back, but they're gonna get change at
Good,
coordinator.
good.
Then I've still seen reports saying the Eagles could maybe think about Belichick or, like, one of those type of
Yeah.
guys for head coach.
Okay.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I really don't like I don't know if there's necessarily a really bad option, and I
Right.
don't know if there's necessarily a really good option either. I think it's kinda like I think defensively gotta, like, someone's get him out. I don't know who it is, what it is.
Yeah. Gotta reframe that entire thing.
Yeah, and there was a lot of, reports that, like, last season they had TJ Edwards, who then played really well for the Bears, and he was like, "Hey, they didn't even try and re-sign me." That's been the Eagles' strategy for years, is they go cheap on linebacker to try
Right.
and beef up the front seven. That's what they do. Like, that's why they were able to bring back Fletch and Brandon Graham, and people aren't realizing they now are paying Jalen. It's not like it's
Yeah,
why you
he
couldn't
wants
keep
money.
Hargrave. That's why you drafted Jalen Carter to try and keep the D line and O line together.
Right.
Um, and they try and basically that's what they did with TJ Edwards the year before.
Mhm.
They went cheap on linebacker with Edwards, and he played well. So then they thought they'd have to give him more money. He came out and said, like, you didn't even try and offer me. I think Howie probably just thought I'm gonna have to give him more money because he played well and made it to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Miscommunication there, but I think they were banking on Nakobe Dean being that cheap option, and he broke his foot and was out for the whole year. So then you had to start
True.
Nicholas Morrow and had to get Shaq Leonard, and everyone's like, "Oh, Shaq Leonard's gonna." I'm like, "There's a reason the Colts didn't want him.
Yeah.
Like, they don't just let good players leave.
Yeah.
Like,
No, absolutely.
there's a reason he wasn't in there." So they do need a bit of an overhaul. I mean, if I have to watch Nicholas Morrow play football again, I might kill myself. I'm not even kidding. It's the worst thing I've ever watched. And Zach Cunningham, guys are horrible.
I honestly I feel like, so as an Eagles fan, do you wanna see a defensive coordinator come in that says, "You know what? Okay, we're weak on the back end, but we're gonna blitz the hell out of you." Like a Todd Bowles format, like blitz, 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 bama, blitz.
I don't even need blitz. I just need, like, I want them to play basic.
Mhm.
Just play like normal.
Like a
Like,
little
just
cover
play
3.
yeah, just play like a normal. You don't just be average. I'm cool with
Gotcha.
average. Like, tackle,
Make teams go the long
be
way.
where you're supposed to be.
Gotcha.
Like, I don't really need anything too fancy. I think they need to just I think they the start of the next week, just let the kids play. Let all the youngsters play. Like, bench Bradbury, cut him. I don't know what you gotta do. Slay can probably be fine for another year. He's not horrible. Um, but let Ricks, let Ringo, let Sidney Brown, let who else was a rookie? Let Nolan Smith, like all these young guys who they kind of didn't. They would
It was
never
like
let him
half and
just.
half, yeah.
Yeah, they'd never let him just rip for a game. They'd be like,
Yeah.
okay, Nolan Smith, you're in for 2 plays, then you're out for 4 plays, then you're in for 1 play. We're gonna drop you in coverage. It's like that guy's a rookie and he likes to rush off the edge. Put
Just
him
line them
in
up.
and let him run off the edge. Don't make him cover a
Yeah.
running back and do all this bullshit. So they were making it too complicated for the rookies. Just let the kids play and be basic.
Right.
Like, if even if Byard isn't the answer at safety, if it has to just be Sidney Brown and Reed Blankenship and you just let them eat back there and they're gonna make mistakes, obviously, but at least I know with
They'll
those
learn.
2, they're gonna fly around and at least attempt to hit somebody, unlike Bradbury or any of the
Oh,
any of
man.
the linebackers just didn't want a sniff of hitting anyone.
I would say I was very disappointed with Byard. Like, I thought Byard was a different piece for the Eagles. I was like, okay, he's a veteran safety. But like you said, there's a reason why they were okay,
And
just
I
like
think
with
it
Terry.
didn't help that he showed up.
Right.
has to learn a whole new system. Then 2 to 3 weeks after he learns that system, they switch the D coordinator. Now you gotta
Yeah.
learn some new shit, and he's sitting there like, "I thought we were gonna go to the Super Bowl, and now we can't win a game," and you just start
Yeah.
losing full out there. I don't think that helped either.
I don't think
Um,
changing the coordinator was the answer
no.
because then you just confused everyone. Like you said, you need players playing free.
That's what
Like,
Darius
just
Slay
go
said. He
run.
came back and he was like, we're, like, learning 2 different things, and we were not great, but at least you knew what you were doing the other way.
Right.
And with Patricia, he just tried to change his whole thing, and it's like, that's not what you were even doing in training camp, so especially with young players,
Yeah.
they're gonna mess up when you start
Absolutely.
switching shit. That's why I'm on the path of, like, just be basic.
Yeah.
4-3, drop for 2 deep safeties, cover 2, man on the outside, just, like, be normal. So, we'll see.
Okay. Hey, I mean, I think it's a good outlook to have actually as an Eagles fan. I'm really hoping that Sirianni doesn't get just fired.
Yeah.
I don't see that as the answer. Um, the offense, I really think what needs to happen is they need to give Jalen the keys. I think they've been. It's kind of like what happened when the Rams had Goff and he had that one breakout season, and then the year after that, it was like, okay, you need to let him start making checks.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not saying Goff and Hurts are the same player. I actually think Hurts is a better player. Um, I think Jalen. I'd like to hear from him as far as where his knee is truly, because I think it hampered him pretty good this year. He
I
didn't
think it
run the
was that
same.
Rams game. I really
Yeah,
do.
couple tush pushes. I
I
mean,
think he was, they just need to make things they were just trying to out-athlete everybody, and last year at work, you could just chuck it deep, and
AJ
A.J.
don't
Brown
block
was going
somebody.
crazy, and it was working throughout the year. A.J. Brown had a historic, like, 7-game stretch. Um, I pulled up the kinda, like, tentative they know who they're playing next season, not necessarily
Right.
when and where, but obviously you're gonna have your normal 6 NFC East games. They're playing the AFC North, which is Bengals, Ravens, Browns, Steelers. That'll be
Okay.
tough.
Yeah.
Then they're, playing the NFC South, which if they would have been this year, not too bad, which is Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Bucks.
Right.
Then they play a Jags game. They play a Packers game, and then it's at SoFi. They play the Rams. Imma definitely be in attendance for that shit.
Hell yeah.
So, like, I would say marginally definitely easier
Yeah.
schedule than last year. You don't have to play Chiefs, Bills, Niners, Dolphins, that whole thing.
Right.
Um, I think off pure talent, the Eagles should make the playoffs every like 10-7 minimum. Like that should be pretty standard. So I'm not too worried. I know how hard it is to make the Super Bowl. Like there's some great
Right.
teams that don't even make the Super Bowl. So we'll see. Hopefully the draft. I say all they really need is if Kelsey's gonna be actually gone, maybe you draft another interior lineman, but I think they kinda did that. They got this Bama kid from last year who didn't have to play a lot. You move Jurgens to center, you got Dickerson at left guard, you plug this he'll be in his 2nd year, you put him at right guard, everything should it's gonna be different
Yeah.
without Kelsey, but it shouldn't be crazy. You
Right.
need another receiver.
Yeah.
'Cause it can't be this little, like, hoopla of Quez Watkins, Julio Jones, Zaccheaus. Draft
Yeah.
somebody. Get frickin' Taj Washington,
Go
get,
get that pick.
one of the Washington guys, get, like, the other, LSU guy,
Yeah.
um,
I
and
really
then
think that the
everything
Eagles
else
have like a portal
besides
call.
that, every defense. Just draft defense. Draft linebacker, draft, safety, draft,
Safety, D
anything you
line.
feel like. Just load up, see who's good, see who's not, roll it again next year.
I like that. Kind of looking at it from the Rams perspective for next year. I mean, like I've said, I'm super excited. My team's coming back.
Yep.
Puka Nakua is going to go into his 2nd year, and the big thing for me is normally like when a receiver has one good year, you're like, okay, they're going to take away his best like his best attribute next year.
Mhm.
His best attribute is strength, hands, and like I would dare say sometimes speed. He can break away from people
Mhm.
and route running. So I don't know. I don't really think. that I mean, I don't think he's gonna have just like a sophomore slump where he just can't do anything because
No,
he's
I think
so
he'll be good.
versatile. But I'm looking at so next year at home we get the Niners. Obviously, we get the normal um, NFC West schedule. Niners, Seahawks, Cardinals. We get Green Bay, Minnesota. So we're gonna play. That's the NFC. That's the NFC East.
You said Green Bay?
Yeah,
NFC
NFC
North.
North. NFC
Yeah,
North.
so it's Green Bay, Bears, Lions,
Yeah.
Vikings.
Oh, cool. We get
Nothing too crazy there.
Stafford comes back home on that. We
Yeah.
play the Lions back there, and then we get Eagles. We get the
Yep.
Bills, Dolphins, Raiders, Jets, Patriots. So it's
We get
not
the AFC. Yeah, so who's that division you play? That's the AFC East.
AFC East. Yeah. So we get the AFC
So,
East,
I mean,
NFC
you'll have
North.
2 tough Dolphins will be, like that'll still be hardish, and then Bills will
Right.
always be a tough game, but you
Right.
don't really know what you're gonna I mean, you'd think the Jets will be better with
I mean,
Rodgers, you'd think, right? And then,
well, what are the
I mean, it
chances
can't be
though? I mean,
worse.
I'm not wishing anything on him, but what is the chances that he goes out next year and it just
I
his
mean,
Achilles
maybe.
just doesn't have it?
But if he's healthy, they'll at least be better. It'll be
Yeah,
a
they'll
tougher
be better.
game.
Yeah.
Patriots will probably who knows, really? I guess
Yeah.
depends. They
I mean, the
trade up for
Bears could have
Caleb,
Caleb.
maybe. The
Yeah, I mean
Bears
the
could have
Bears could have
Caleb,
Caleb.
the Patriots could have Caleb.
Yeah.
Who else do you play? You play the Commanders mixed in there or no?
No, 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 no
No,
Commanders
they
this
they
year.
could have Caleb too.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I'm excited for next year. I'll see who we draft. Um, I was very happy though to hear because I remember last year there was talk that Sean McVay wasn't enjoying his time coaching anymore. He wasn't enjoying
Yeah,
football, and he said this year's team, he said they brought the joy back to him. So,
that's nice.
um, if you enjoy what you do,
It
it's not work.
helps.
So excited for that next year. Should we just go straight into our NFL picks for this
Yeah,
week?
let's,
Do a
yeah.
little
Let's see what we're
divisional
rolling.
round, little divisional dancing.
We're getting to the nitty gritty, and we are seeing the field.
Oh, we're seeing I
So
mean,
we're going
it's
over.
just well,
Yeah. Where should we
I,
start? Let's just start.
uh,
I'd say this is game of the weekend, right? I mean, it's Chiefs Bills. It's what the people
right.
want.
Oh,
What the
100%.
NFL wants. And I just don't believe in my mind that the Bills will beat the Chiefs twice in 1 year. That's all I'm saying
Right.
about that.
Good point.
It's pretty like until Mahomes loses,
Yeah. I won't be
I'm
the
not
one to doubt it. I
I'm
did it
not gonna
last
be
year.
the one to
I'm
bet
not gonna be
against.
the one to
I'm
doubt
not
it.
gonna be that guy because they'll probably win.
I'm not
Now,
gonna lie.
this is the first road game ever for Mahomes in the playoffs.
True. That's a good point.
So, but I don't really think that. Who gives a shit?
He's
Playoffs.
such a dog. He's
Yeah,
not the one I'm worried about on the road. The fact that it's not snowing there is going to be really key.
yeah.
Like they can throw
Even
the
if
ball
it
around.
was, the Chiefs just played in
Yeah,
-30. Like they're good. It was colder in that game than it was in the Bills game. It just happened to
true.
have snow for the Bills game.
Yeah. So I'm thinking of more of our prize pick bets here. I'm thinking I might go Josh Allen over rushing again because
Yeah, I think
he
if
likes
that's
to
free
scramble,
cash at this point.
and
I
Pacheco
might go
over
Mahomes
maybe.
over
That's
rushing.
what I was thinking too. Maybe a little Mahomes
And give me
over
Rashee Rice anytime
over right.
touchdown.
Yeah. I mean, what is his line? Let me see what his line is right now for Rasheed. Because I might.
That's what I'd say. When is this game? Is this this Sunday? What are the Saturday games?
The
Is
Saturday games,
it Texans,
Texans,
Ravens, and
Ravens,
Packers,
and then
Niners?
Packers, Niners.
Okay.
So let me see here.
Yeah. Why is this
Um,
game at 3:30?
it's a good
Why are the
question.
games noon on Sunday and 3:30? What like is that? Bills 3-point favorites? Yeesh. That's bold strategy.
Where in the world is I can get Jawan Jennings before I can get to dude. Okay, there it is. Rasheed Rice.
Yeah.
You could have where's his regular one? Because his like hot pick is over 99.5. That's kind of
Yeah,
a little
I don't know
crazy.
if I'm gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna go there.
Yeah. Okay, so over 73.5. That's a doable.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, an anytime touchdown.
And
Pacheco.
James Cook over on everything. Give me Cook. Let Cook
I
cook.
mean, do I believe James Cook will cook for me again?
Not a
Like,
chance. Not a chance in the world. Not against
yeah,
the
I
Chiefs.
mean, I got my
Chiefs are
cash
gonna
from
lock that
him.
down. Yeah. You take your
Yeah,
win and you run.
yeah. I might do, Stephon Diggs over receptions because I think
Yeah.
Josh is gonna throw to him a lot. It should be an exciting game.
Yeah.
Also, another thing to look for is, Kincaid over or a, Kincaid
Mhm.
anytime touchdown.
Mhm.
Could be good too. So,
I think
we'll
I'm
have to
low
cook up some
key.
parlays.
Wait, is this a Travis Kelce game? I feel like he's due.
It could be.
I think
I
he's
I I
due
got that
for
feeling
one.
too.
Like
In
he's due for
Buffalo,
a 152 touchdowns.
just to show I'm
It's in
him
a big
still.
game like this. We'll see. I think Chiefs will win though. Chiefs probably gonna win the Super Bowl.
I think they're gonna raise the trophy again.
That was gonna it'll make me sick to my stomach, but
No, and
um
it'll be disturbing because Rashee Rice is gonna turn into him. He's
yeah,
catching the
and if
ball
they do
now.
win, like I think it's the I honestly think it's the winner of this game versus the Niners in the Super Bowl. If I had to put
Gotcha.
money on it right now, I think that's what I do a parlay on Super Bowl. Like I do
Right.
one bet with the Chiefs and Niners, one bet with the Bills and Niners, and I'm probably winning cash.
You don't trust the Ravens to make a run?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Not against
Yeah.
Bills and Chiefs. Like I just don't.
Yeah.
You're gonna tell me that Lamar's gonna beat Mahomes? You're gonna tell me that? I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean, if the Ravens win, it would be in Baltimore. The
Yeah.
road goes through Baltimore. That's the hard part, but I agree with you. I mean, it's hard to
We
just
might as well
envision
get to
Mahomes
we might as well
losing.
get to that game. Ravens, Texans.
I mean, it's been a fun Cinderella story for CJ Stroud and the boys, but I mean,
Yeah, I feel like we can almost talk about Texans, Ravens, and Lions, Bucks in the exact same or
yeah,
honestly, and the
since
Packers and 49ers. Like,
yes, and
okay,
the
that was
clock has struck
fun.
midnight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like that was cool.
yeah. You
It's the
beat up on
same
the
thing
Pat, you
last
beat up
year. It's
on me.
when the
Yeah,
Giants went into Minnesota and beat the Vikings, and then they played the Eagles next round. They're like, "Well, Eagles beat us twice. No way we lose to them 3 times, blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "You guys are gonna get slammed." And sure enough, they got slammed. Like, I feel like Bucks get slammed,
right.
Texans get slammed, Packers get slammed. Now, I'm gonna put this on into the universe right now. If there was one team that will troll, and the matchup might not suit them, I think the Packers. I don't know. There's just something
They
about
could
them.
do something.
There's
No, they
just
could.
something, I don't know why, if it's just like the historic game, like you see Packers versus 49ers, you think evenly matched, like this is gonna be a crazy game.
Hmm.
Do you get the Niners? Like it's almost like I feel like in maybe one of these 3 games, you get the mix of this team's hot,
Right.
or maybe just the bottom 2, just the Ravens and Niners game. I feel like in one of these games, it's gonna be they're down maybe at some point.
Yeah, I think one of
Like
them's gonna be
like
down at half.
either the Texans are hot and the Ravens come out cold because of the bye, or it's the Niners Packers. In one way, maybe Stroud takes them down first drive 7-zip, and you're sitting there like, oh shit, and then the game ends and it's 31-14, and you're like, okay, never mind. That was cool while it
All as well.
lasted. Yeah.
Right.
But if there's one team that can do it, I feel like it might be the Packers because they're finding this like running game out of nowhere. I don't know where it surfaced from, but
I
they've just
mean,
found it from the ether.
yeah, I mean, the hard part, like you're saying with the Packers, I saw them do something they haven't done all year, and that's running with 2 tight end sets. They basically went back to the old school offense, and I'm talking back early 2000s
Yeah.
when Brady would battle against Peyton, and you're under center, you're reading the defense, you're adjusting your tight end look just to give yourself a strength call, and it's so like people were talking about how it's like advanced. It's really just going back into the book basically. Um, I don't know if the Packers can run the ball and the Niners, I like their chances.
Yeah.
But if you're telling me that Jordan Love is going to be slinging that pill like he did
I know.
at Jerry
Surely
World, like
not.
there's surely not. Like he was making some throws
Like,
that were just
if they go
dumb.
down once they are behind in the game, it's over.
They
They
have
gotta
to,
jump out 7-zip,
yeah, and just keep
10-7,
their foot on them.
13-7. That's the only way. Because this Niners team, we know how they wanna play. If
Right.
they get out in front of you, it's over. But if they don't, they get slammed. They have a chance to get slammed. Like, they got slammed by the Ravens because they
I
just
think
got behind.
I think Reed could be a pretty good matchup against their safeties. Fred Warner, I think, can carry a lot better than the Cowboys linebackers on like any seam routes. Um, I'm trying to think. I mean, if these young receivers can, like, if who was it that caught that post route on Stephon Gilmore last week?
Dobbs? No.
I think it was Dobbs,
Or
where he
Wicks?
can,
Is it
yeah,
Wicks?
where I think it was Wicks, where he can throw a little sauce at the top of his routes. Like, if
Yeah.
they can do stuff like that, I like their chances.
Matchup-wise, I feel like the best shot for beating the Niners is the Packers. Like, I don't see
Yes,
the
100%.
Lions like, maybe people think like, maybe they have some talent, but I just think their secondary gets cooked.
Yeah, and
Like,
I
they
have
can't cover.
seen Jared Goff go against a physical pressure defense. Like, we saw what happened when he went against the
Yeah, I feel like
Patriots.
it could get ugly. Bucks,
Yeah,
not a
they'll put
chance
him
in
in a
the world.
box.
Baker will
Yeah,
throw for no yards.
I don't
Baker will
think he can
probably
get the
die
ball.
out there. But, like, the Packers, they just got this weird thing. Now saying that, they'll lose 35-7. We're like, "Oh, okay,
Right,
that was fun."
right. But
Um
the storyline sounds good to you.
Mhm.
I'd like to believe,
Imma be
but
hoping. I would love for
oh,
nothing would make my day more than I don't know what would.
Niners going down.
Yeah, if it's like a give me a Texans Packers Super Bowl or some bullshit. That would be fucking insane.
No, no, no. Texans Lions.
Texans Lions. That'd be dope too. That'd be cool on MCDC
Dude,
fucking.
MCDC freaking DeMarco going at it. Like,
But it will be Chiefs 49ers. So let
it will
everyone
be.
just lock it in right now. Unless the NFL has finally turned and said we want Josh Allen as our leading man and they go for Bills 49ers.
The hard part for me is thinking about the value of it. It's the same thing like in the NBA. You had Giannis win a championship and it was like the worst parade ever. It didn't have a lot of media coverage. It's like you want the big cities to win.
Yeah.
And does the NFL say, okay, Buffalo is a big enough city now that like we'll have it? I don't know. I'd like
Yeah.
to think so, but yeah, the script looks like it's going to be Chiefs Niners. Like,
It'll be Chiefs.
yeah,
There's
and we know there's going to be some
no
bullshit
way
call
the
for the
Lions
Chiefs,
the way the
and
Lions make the Super Bowl. That would actually be insane.
yeah, from 32 years we can't even sniff a playoff game to
Yeah,
just
that would
we're
be
in the bowl.
crazy. But maybe that's the script. Or
Dude,
maybe it's just
Eminem comes
like
out with a new album.
maybe it's Ravens, maybe it's Lamar's time to like usher in the running QB era.
Maybe, maybe.
Maybe. Like it's not gonna be Stroud. I don't know. We'll see. But
I mean,
we're seeing the field the exact same. So either
yeah,
we're gonna look like geniuses or we're gonna look like idiots. And we'll probably
dude.
end up looking like idiots.
If we went 0
We
for
go 0
4,
for now that would be insane. There's just no way that
what if
Ravens,
all of our
Niners,
picks?
and Lions all lose. That would be insane. Like, the Bills Chiefs is pretty 50-50, but
Yeah.
those other ones, that's some big spreads.
What if our picks, like, we don't just lose, we get blown out like 40 pieces on all of our teams, just fucking 41
I
to
mean,
like
I felt like
15.
that
It's
last
just,
week. I'm
yeah.
picking
Oh,
teams that are getting slammed. Browns got slammed.
God.
Cowboys got slammed. Eagles got slammed. I'm like, "Jeez, I'm an idiot."
I don't know football. What am I doing?
Honestly, if I wasn't an Eagles fan, I probably would've picked the Bucks.
I thought about
And
picking the
maybe
Bucks,
that's what
but
I
I was like,
needed to
I
do
just
for the Eagles to win. Maybe
maybe
they
they
needed
just
that. Those guys were chalked.
yeah, they didn't want to play anymore. They were done.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah, there we
so
go. Speaking of us talking shit on
oh,
our teams, basically, your
it's
team's
time.
not involved in this because it was a valiant effort, but
Fell
Stooge
out
of
of
the
it.
Week is, an
The
embarrassment.
NFC East.
NFC least, we're finally back to it's the only
Oh,
division that does not have a team left,
yeah,
in the playoffs. 2 teams that were probably top 7 minimum the whole season, basically, until kinda the end. The Eagles fell off a little bit, but
yeah,
teams who at different parts of the year you thought best team in the league.
right.
Um,
1000%.
I'm not sure which one is
Bigger fraud.
more shocking. I'm gonna lean Cowboys still.
I think Cowboys because the Cowboys were at home
They were
as
at
the 2 seed.
home,
Like,
and they weren't playing bad. Like, the Eagles
yeah, you could see it for like a month. Things were
like, if
just
the
not
Eagles
right.
didn't start 10-1 and they started, like, 7-4 and then finished 11-6, 10-7, you'd be like, "Okay, maybe they'll win," but Super Bowl slump. They're not really adjusting to the coordinators. It's just because they started so hot, you're like, "Oh, this team is finalists as final
Yeah,
again."
Yeah,
Then they
they're going
really
back to
weren't
the
the whole
well.
time, but the Cowboys were supposed to be like, this was
This is their
almost
year.
the culmination.
Yeah.
And they looked good, the defense best ever, you're at home, you get your 2 seed, you're hyped, and then you don't just, like, lose a heartbreaker, like, you get slammed.
Yeah.
Kentucky Fried, it was 48-16 at one point.
48-16 with 6 minutes to go in the
Packers
fourth.
took the starters out. In the playoffs, they took the starters out. That's crazy,
I
and
said, "You know what?
they
We're gonna
got 2
rest these
rookie
guys."
receivers, 2 second-year receivers, 2 rookie tight ends. Those are the people they're throwing it to,
I mean,
right? Like,
this
yeah,
Cowboys
Romeo
defense.
Doubs, second year. Musgrave, rookie. Wicks,
Wide,
rookie. Kraft,
wide,
rookie.
wide.
Watson, second year. Reed, rookie.
Yeah,
Like, the only guy that caught a pass that wasn't a rookie is Aaron Jones.
yeah. I mean, and the only reason I say that the Cowboys are bigger frauds than the Cinderella is because Micah Parsons went on his podcast and said, "Our defense wants to show we are the best in the NFL." And it's
And they
like,
were
well,
already yapping to the Niners like, "Oh, we got something
yeah,
for
yeah,
that
we
when we
got
see you
something for
again."
you.
You didn't even have
Well,
anything for the
yeah, well,
Packers, buddy.
yeah, you didn't have anything for anybody.
Yeah, that was bad. But, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, it's the Cowboy like, it is insane. It's starting to get you can always count on it. Whenever I do a thing at the beginning of the year, I'm like, "Okay, who can win the Super Bowl?" I
right,
automatically take the Cowboys out. I don't care because it's
because
like
they're gonna
they
Cowboys.
just won't win.
Right.
Then I do the same thing. I'm like, "Okay, will the Niners win with Purdy? I'm taking them out."
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "Okay, like, could
Chiefs,
Mahomes
we know
win?
who they
Probably. The
are.
Bills could probably win." I'm like, "Dolphins? They ain't winning." Then you just go down the list, I'm like, "Okay, I don't even know who could win." Like, Bengals, Eagles, Chiefs, Bills, and you
I
start
mean,
compiling teams, Ravens, and you're left with, like, 5 teams. You're like, "Alright, well, I don't even know what's gonna happen now."
I think people do need to take into account though, because we were talking about how hot the Bengals were. People need to look back at how Joe Burrow went into Santa Clara and beat the hell out of the
I
Niners
know.
before he got
If he
injured.
didn't
Like
get injured,
that team was on the rise.
they
They'd probably they'd definitely be in the divisional
they're
round.
in there.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
yeah. So don't sleep on them next year
but
when
it's
he
just
comes
I
back
can
and he's healthy.
always count the Cowboys out every time. I can always do it, and even
No,
they look insane, and, like, they'll play the Eagles, and I'm like, "Ah, yeah, it's a tough game." They always play the Eagles well. They're a bad matchup for the Eagles, but then it's like you get down to it, I'm like, "They'll lose. They
yeah.
will lose at some point." And sure enough, this time it was in, like, insane fashion, though.
I honestly feel bad that I keep calling it for Dak because it's not that I have something personal against him, really.
Yeah.
It's just every single time you get into a big moment, you just piss down your leg. Like I know what you're gonna do, and sure enough, he had the Packers coming to town, the 7 seed, pissed down his leg. Like
First 7 seed to ever win a playoff game. I know they only been doing it for, like, a couple years, but still,
yeah,
of course, it's the Cowboys that let the first 7 seed win. I just can't believe that, like, how? How can you not make just an NFC championship game?
right,
How many teams have made the NFC championship that were just, like, ass?
yeah,
The Vikings made it with Case Keenum.
yeah,
Like,
and Anthony Barr.
buddy,
Yeah.
figure it out. But,
I mean, do you think at some point they go for a quarterback change? You have to.
how many years has Dak been to QB? Like 7?
It's
8?
a man.
Too many? How many years too
Yeah,
many has he been?
just I mean,
Go find, oh, what it was just so insane. I was refreshing because I
8
was at the
years.
8 seasons
The
of
Cowboys were
Dak?
8 years, bro. Hey, it might be time to turn the keys over to Lance. Like,
How many years has he, like, started, though? Like,
I
since
mean,
2016. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This was his 8th year. 8th season.
and if you look at his regular season stats, they look phenomenal, but they always do.
Yeah.
It's in the playoffs where he needed to make his money and didn't do anything.
Yeah, the 2020 got injured, but at that time they were still 1-3. It's not like they were very good. Yeah, it's insane. I'm not really sure.
I mean, I know there
The
are
thing
teams
is,
out
he's
there that would
only
trade for
30. He's only 30.
right.
I don't. He could, in theory, he could play for at least 5 more seasons. 35 nowadays,
Yeah. No, he could play that for sure.
right? For sure. But
I mean, but
you will get the same results every time.
yeah,
This was one of the most talented Cowboys rosters ever,
and just
and nothing. You
nothing.
lose to a bunch of children,
Yes.
literally kids.
Yeah.
Jeez, I mean, that's pretty insane. I
I
mean,
mean,
good luck next year, I guess.
no, no, we know what they're gonna do. They're literally
Yeah,
saying we're gonna run it back, and it's like, okay,
sounds
gonna
good
get
to
the same
me.
results.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now you can basically bet on either the Eagles, the Commanders. You probably wouldn't bet Commanders, maybe Giants. But now that the Cowboys won, the streak of a new team winning the NFC East every year is back on. So probably hammer Eagles to win the NFC East,
Yeah.
because there will not be a repeat winner. There never is. And
Yeah.
you'd like to think, right? Well, that maybe this year will be the year.
No.
But you've said that with the say that with the Cowboys, maybe this year will be the year, and it hasn't been. So why would I change on that one too? This year, I did in my mind think, okay, well, if the Eagles were to do it, this would be the year, and they still didn't do it.
They had all the pieces for it. It was 2 games away
They
from it.
had
2.
basically a Seahawks game win, and they
Yeah.
would have done it, but yeah, no
Yeah.
dice.
And nobody came close as honorable mention because that was just a choke job. So
Yeah, it's
both
bad.
teams get a Burger King crown because you guys are the kings of the
You're
NFC
headed to
least.
Cancun.
Cancun on 3, boys.
Get
1,
ready to
2,
learn
3,
Chinese, buddy.
buddy. All right, is it time to just go
Time to rip
straight
through
into
some
some
Twitter.
Twitter? Yeah, I mean, this is a quick episode, but it's time for some rank play. We
Yeah,
got
we got
the
to get locked.
Red Bull Ghost Energies going. I mean,
Yeah, we are so teed.
and I'm assuming there's probably gonna be a stream live so people can come check that out.
Most likely, we'll probably be live all weekend, right? I mean,
I mean,
most
mi-
days, I'd
might
say.
have to, might have to be. It's only right,
Facts.
God, I don't know what it is because I've heard a lot of people say that they hate the flavor for Red Bull. I'm kind of addicted to it. It's a good little
I
flavor.
don't really mind. I don't mind.
I had someone say it's like it tastes like gasoline to them. To which I asked, you've tasted gasoline?
Yeah, what is that? Or does it taste how gasoline smells? Maybe
Right, right,
that could be it.
right. There's no better way to start this than Todd Bowles during his media day. He gets asked the hard questions,
Mm-hmm.
and this reporter is just a big dumb dipshit,
Yeah.
and wanted to ask how coach is preparing the team for the weather. Because Detroit's a cold city, right? Motor City's a little cold these days,
Sure.
and he had a great game plan, so why not? Coach, take it away.
Coach, looking forward towards Detroit. The weather has been a factor in some of the playoff games, even for the most prepared teams. Today, it's 13 in Detroit, which doesn't compare to some of the temperatures he's going to drop to. Any special plans to acclimate the team to not only endure but perform in those kind of frigid temperatures should you face them in Detroit?
You do know we play indoors, right? They got a dome. I don't. No.
I was thinking of that the whole time.
We're indoors, and we only have to be outside for 20 seconds, getting off the bus, going under the thing. So we'll be okay.
She immediately, when he answered that, she is sitting there like, "Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot."
I absolutely love that Ty Schmidt was talking about. He goes, she looks over at her head producer. Where are you on that one, dipshit?
Yeah, thanks. I find this funny too because
Where's his facial expression?
I'll be going somewhere, right? And I'm
Just
not even gonna name names. I don't know. Someone will
right.
be like,
Oh,
"Well, aren't you gonna be cold?" I'm like, "I thought we're going to the bar.
Yeah,
Aren't
I
we
know
gonna be
exactly-
inside?"
I
It's like,
know
"Well, aren't you gonna why do I need a jacket? I'm gonna be out." Literally, what he said. I'm gonna be outside for the 20 seconds. I get out of the car and then walk into the bowling alley. I'm not gonna be cold.
in that 30 seconds, what are you gonna do?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, "Oh, don't you think you're gonna be cold?" I'm like, "I didn't know that we were gonna be outside."
Yeah, like
Like,
are we
what's
camping?
yeah. Like that shit pisses me off. I'm like, I'm gonna be cool. You're wearing it. It's cold outside. I'm like, yeah, it is outside, not inside.
Inside. Bro, I get that all the
It's
time from my
hilarious.
grandma, bro. I'll be walking outside and she's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "I'm gonna go like take the trash out or something."
Yeah.
She's like, "Aren't you gonna put a coat on?" I'm like, "Why?" It's cold outside. I was like, "I'm gonna be outside for like a minute
Yeah, I
and
wasn't
then
planning
come
on
back
just
in
like
here."
baking
So,
cookies out there. Like
like
I
I'm gonna
wasn't gonna go play
be.
a pickup game.
Yeah. That shit's funny, man. This is some interesting news. There's a lot of Alabama
Guys leaving.
players that are entering the transfer portal, and Alabama's offensive tackle Caden Proctor is in the transfer portal. He was the
Mhm.
number 1 ranked offensive tackle in 2023 recruiting class.
Yeah, I
That's a
know.
big move.
I know Willie is not happy about some of these
No.
guys. I don't know if you've seen the videos. He's like, "Why y'all leaving? We
Oh,
got to
no.
give DeBoer a chance. Give
I
him
didn't
a
see that.
chance." Yeah, it's an electric video. He was pissed that all these guys were transferring.
I should have looked that one up.
This is
That's on
just
me.
this is the day and age now. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't like blame some of these guys. It's like they went there because they wanted to play for Saban.
But he's retired. It's not like he went to a different university. He's just said, "I'm
Yeah,
done."
yeah. So like, I don't know. There,
I mean,
a lot of this is like, there's so much money involved now. It's like,
right.
it's getting crazy.
It's looking like Ohio State is going to be that next like Bama program as far as
You
who
got
they're
Bill
picking up.
O'Brien as OC now.
Old Billy B.
I mean, yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm not
I mean,
gonna hold out much hope.
yeah, he's probably gonna get fired within a week, or
That
maybe a
stooge
couple weeks.
back. There he is.
I mean, we just said Mike McCarthy's back. I don't know how he's back, but I'll tell you what, as an Eagles fan, you gotta love that.
Oh, I'm all in. I'm all
There's,
in.
there's
Keep it
nothing
raw. Oh,
better.
geez, this will be good.
Frank, I
What
gotta
are you
give
yelling
him
about
his full.
now?
I gotta give him his full. Frank, the floor is yours. What do you have to tell us here? He's got the Burger King crown in the back.
Hell yeah.
This is the most pathetic double team ever. And everyone is happy. The whole fucking world is happy. This shit goddamn never is gonna end. Why the fuck am I gonna have a team that is good? That means I'm gonna get it right anymore. And it's just been Thomas and Ben and just spilling. God, but I'm running down.
Was this about the Knicks?
No, he's talking about the New Jersey Devils. But he
It
goes
was
through,
about a hockey team? No way.
he goes through the whole thing and then just finishes
I'm
with.
running down.
And then has to stop the thing. What day was this? When did this tweet go out?
This was January 17th.
Okay, hold on. That was yesterday. Okay,
think
the
2
Devils
years
lost
ago was
3-2
live.
to the Canadians. This is a random Wednesday night hockey game. The Devils are fine. Let me look at the standings. They're okay. Never mind. They're shit.
Yeah, they're in the bottom part of the league.
They are in the bottom. I stand corrected.
I think the Kings are near the top of the West.
I mean, they're only 4 points off of the wild card.
It's not bad. It's not bad
Isn't
at
it 2
all.
points for a win, 1 point for a tie?
That is correct.
Yeah, and then 1 point for an
Shootout.
OT win.
Um,
Or there isn't a tie. There's a
I
OT.
think so. OT and
Oh,
shootout.
overtime loss is 1 point. So if you go
Oh.
to OT, you get a point. If you
Oh.
lose, you lose. If you win, you get 2 points. I think that's how it works.
I'll take your word for it. I've never.
I mean,
paid
I
too
could
much
totally
attention
be
to it.
wrong, but yeah,
Sounded
they're 4
convincing.
points out. Frank, it's all right. Who does he like? He's a Knicks guy too, right?
No,
Did he
he's
get-
is he an I know he's
I thought he was
a.
a Knicks guy. I
I
thought he was
know
everything New York except
could
for
be
football.
except for football. I think he is. You're right. I just never hear him talk about the Knicks.
Yeah,
Knicks
they're
are
just
doing pretty good. I heard.
because he's the Mets. He's a Mets guy.
Right.
How do you get Dolphins?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think they asked him about it, and he just.
Knicks are a 5 seed.
I mean, they'll still
Alright.
get first round bounce. I think. But
Got Brunson in there. Brunson, yeah. I mean, they'll lose, but
it'll be fun.
maybe one time, Frank.
This is pretty cool. Jason
Oh hell
Kelsey
yeah!
dropped off a jersey for his favorite employee
Legend.
at his local McDonald's when he went to pick up his breakfast this morning. That's awesome, especially the Kelly Green.
Yeah, that's sweet. Getting the Kelly Green drip.
Oh, this is the sexiest man alive right now. Like this is,
I wonder how often he goes to McDonald's.
bro. He doesn't look like he fits in the SUV.
Yeah, that's a big boy right there.
Big boy. That's sweet. That's awesome for her. Knowing him for so many years, giving him his orders, and then bang,
Pulls up
nice
with the
little
jersey.
Kelsey. He says, "Go Birds, thank you." All right, thank you, Kelsey.
Thank you. Sounds good.
I mean, I hope that doesn't hit that he is retiring. I'd like to see him do one more year, but I don't know if his body can take it.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I will
Oh, this.
not blame him for not doing it. Oh
No,
no.
especially with the tush push. I
Oh
mean, this
gosh.
is
Worst
just.
case scenario here.
I mean, yeah. I mean, at that point, are you kind of forced to do an upper decker here? You know, just kind of open
There's
this part
nothing.
up
There's
and
not much.
just
Yeah, I don't know. Or you piss and hopefully it burns a hole through the ice.
maybe. Right. Good point.
That's about all you could do.
Right.
But this ain't good.
No. No, it's not good. So, T's and P's. Hopefully, things go better there. Not
Yeah.
sure how that worked, but
Good luck.
this is pretty interesting. So, Sean, I think it's Hachuli. Hockley. Never seen it spelled out, or at least I've never thought it. Sean Hockley. Okay, will be the referee for the Bills Chiefs divisional round game on Sunday night. The Chiefs are 8-2 during the Mahomes era with Hockley,
Okay.
including 2-0 in the playoffs. The Bills, on the other hand, have gotten 40 penalties for 347 yards called against them in the 4 games.
I would say the
Hockley.
penalty thing is bigger. Like the
Yeah.
Chiefs being 8-2, it's like
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
the
just-
Chiefs win a lot. So like most refs are gonna have a winning
Right.
record in a Chiefs game. I think the penalty one is like that's it. Like I'd have to see the average for other teams, but like the fact
That's
that
a
they
lot.
added it in, they probably assume it's probably
Is this like it's like Chris Paul with Scott Frost?
Like, what's the average amount of penalty yards a game? Like, no one's really getting over 100 yard of penalties, right?
Yeah.
So if you do
Imagine.
347 and it's been 4 games, that's 87 yards of penalties per game,
Just from
which
them.
seems
That's a lot.
yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, it
seems
should
a
be
lot.
interesting, but I mean, this would be the scenario then for the Bills to get screwed over.
Like 40 penalties. That means 10 penalties a game. I'm gonna look up. Hold on.
That's a lot. That's a shit show.
NFL teams' average penalties per game. Here we go. No, the highest is this past season with the Jets with 7.3 penalties per game.
Oh,
So for this ref, the Bills average 10 penalties a game.
that's a lot.
That's 3 more than what the highest average was for this season.
I'm thinking that's it's a little bit of a variance there.
Yeah, that could. Let's see what the Bills averaged for this season. 6 penalties a game this season.
So 4 extra. No, come on.
Mhm.
In NFL, we
You know who
we
was the
might need
least
to-
penalized team
Chiefs.
on average? The Las Vegas Raiders.
Had a baby.
How about that?
Had a
Pretty
baby.
impressive.
Hey, never forget they put up did they put up a 60 piece on the Chargers, or they could have.
They did, I think, right? Wasn't it 63 to like 7
63
or
to
something like
14 or something. Probably.
I'll look at it again. You can go to the next thing. I'll give you an answer.
Alright.
And
I'm not really
second.
sure what I was expecting from this video, but it wasn't this.
63 to 21. Dang.
I was not
Get slammed, buddy.
I was not like in the.
Didn't stand a chance.
Is this one of those bins from Target?
I don't know what it is, but it broke on impact. I'll tell you that much. Whole side of it got ripped off.
Yeah, she might be. You might need a little Advil and maybe an ice pack. Maybe some prayer. Might help a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't what I was expecting. So, T's and P's. Oh, this is perfect. The last thing you want to do in a scenario like this is what this gentleman does. I mean, it's not a great spot to be in, but you can, if you can hold your bearings, you can kind of keep it going. But maybe not this.
You were doing so well, bud. Not really, because they were trolling you behind your back.
Right.
But yeah,
maybe
let's
not.
maybe not flip. This guy doesn't
Yeah.
even look like he can do a normal flip, like
No,
sober.
that's
So
liquid confidence right there.
this was a
That's just
bold strategy. Very bold.
Maybe if he had a little more Red Bull in his system, he'd be able
Give
to
him
fly.
a little more hops.
A little wings, get a little air.
Get a little
Yeah,
lift out there.
Yeah. Okay, this is absurd. Miami tight end Cam McCormick announces he will return for his 9th season of
Yeah,
college
this
football.
is insanity.
He was in the same high school recruiting class as Rashawn Gary, Nick Bosa, and Jalen Hurts. This needs to end.
And me?
Oh, it's true.
Were we
We were in the same recruiting class as this guy.
I think 9th year. What would my year if I was still at USC? Okay, hold on, let me think.
No, because we graduated
So I did
2017.
2021, and
Yeah.
then 2022 season would be my second. Wait, that was my 5th year. So then the 6th, wait, this would be my 7th. So then another one would be 8. So he's a year old. He's 2016 grad.
Right. So he was the recruiting class before us.
Jeez, buddy, go get a job.
Bro. Or go play in the NFL, man. Like, this is...
Season-ending injuries 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021. Yeah, maybe it's just not for you, dude.
Yeah.
How do you get... Okay, so here's the thing that pisses me off, right?
Right.
So he gets this eligibility, whether he should or not. Okay, go debate with your grandma. I attempted to get 1 semester of eligibility to play Division II football, and they denied my shit. Now, maybe if I would have pressed it harder, and like all these guys have so much like agent support that like they make it work. I was trying to do a rule which was allowed, and they didn't let me do it because of a caveat of you decided to do your 5th year, your COVID year, as a track and field athlete. Technically, what you can do is, say COVID didn't exist, right?
Right.
You could do 4 years of a sport.
Mhm.
Then you can do a semester the following year of any sport you want.
Oh.
If you want. So this happened in football. I think it was football. No, this happened in basketball. Jimmy Graham did this. He played 4 years of basketball. Then, so basketball season ends in March, right?
Right.
He applied and got a semester to stay over the summer and then play that fall football season as his 10th. It would have been his 9th semester or whatever. But they said because I used that for my COVID year of track, I couldn't get a 10th semester to play
Jeez.
Division II football for 1 semester with my uncle. I wasn't allowed. It's like I'm not like I'm joining a super team. Like
Not joining
Jesus, man.
Bama.
I just wanted to go have some fun. But this guy can go 9 years because he had 4 season-ending injuries. The amount of times that I had an injury where I could have just for track and not tried to push it and been, you know what? Can I get a red shirt back for that? Does that count as a season ender? I didn't even like think to ask.
Jeez.
Could still be running right now.
It could be.
It's that, and it's the it's another bad one. It's the it's the holdbacks in high school.
Dude.
The holdbacks nowadays. I know our best guy is a senior right now. He's 19 years old.
What?
Yeah, 19 right now.
No. Okay. You know what?
Yeah, and then we have freshmen who are 16. Who were 16 during the football season. So then I'm like, dang, what if I was a holdback? If I was a holdback, my freshman year of high school, I would have been the 2nd fastest person in the state. If I was a holdback, and I would have turned professional after my junior year of high school. That's how fast. Like, I'm like, these holdback kids, you guys are just age bullies. Look at age bullies, man. It's crazy.
So if you would have been a holdback, would you have been the fastest white boy in California? Like, would you have
basically, if I was a holdback, my sophomore year is when I got 2nd and 3rd place at state. So that would have been my freshman year. My sophomore year, I would have set the California state record in the 300. My junior year, I would have been top 4 California all time in the 400, winning nationals, making Team USA. That would have been my junior year. So I would have came back for a senior year, but I probably wouldn't have. I probably would have turned professional because in the race that I won junior nationals, I beat a guy who was a professional. So I would have been like, whatever he's making, I want more than that. And I'll go pro right now. And I wouldn't even ran my senior year at Damien. I would have just went pro if I was a 1-year holdback.
Shit.
Like, so the kids that are on my team, like some of these senior holdback guys that are like 19, I'm like, The weekend I turned 19 at USC was February. That's when we set the world record. That was my birthday weekend, and I was still 18. We set the world record. I'm
Damn.
like, you guys are just age bullies at this point. Like,
That's like all the football players though. Like you look in
it's
high
crazy.
school and you're like, all right, that kid's 17 and he's like a junior. You're like, all right, this is just come on,
Yeah. They're
come
going to be
on.
17-year-old freshmen. There's kids right now that I
No,
know
I
on our team that are 16-year-old freshmen.
bro.
So you're 17 for your sophomore year, you're 18 for your junior year, you're 19 for your senior year.
So, but like at that point, if you suck, it's just hey,
Yeah,
it's
your
not in the
ass,
cards.
buddy.
Like it's not in the
Go
cards.
learn Chinese
Like,
because you don't have it.
oh shit. All right, from Adam Scheffner, former Cardinals head coach Cliff Kingsbury, a senior offensive analyst and quarterback coach at USC, is expected to interview for the Chicago Bears OC job. Kingsbury's USC Caleb Williams is expected to receive strong consideration to become the Bears' #1 overall pick.
Okay.
I get what they're doing, but I'm sick and tired of this son of a bitch weaseling his way into
Yeah,
head
how's
coach
he
gigs and
just
all these things.
finessing all this shit? I don't understand how he does it. Good for him, honestly. He just finesses and finesses.
It's a hot take that I've had, but he actually made our offense worse this last year. I know statistically they were better,
Somehow. Thanks, Caleb.
seriously, but they were so predictable this last year. Like 2 years ago, I could kind of tell where the offense was going to go with the ball, but there were plays I'm like, hey, that ball is good scheme,
Yeah.
motion a guy, get him open. This last year, I always knew Taj Washington is going to run a ginormous hook route at the SC logo and set.
Yep.
Or he's going to run across. There's going to be a vertical on the outside or a 5-yard hitch. The running back's going to fake a play fake, chip, go to the flat. The outside receiver is going to either run a post route, a comeback, a 5-yard curl, or a fade. That's the whole offense. Caleb is such a freaking great quarterback,
Yeah.
probably the greatest of all time, that he just made it look good. But the fact that this son of a bitch keeps making his way,
Insane.
it's sickening.
Insane. Because he was already supposed to be the OC, then weaseled his way to be the Cardinals
Yeah.
head coach, and then weaseled
Yeah.
back.
Offensive
Crazy.
analyst. What
I
our
know.
offense didn't need an analyst.
Offensive analyst, but he was on the field. Get in the booth.
Yeah.
Go look at something.
Yeah.
Just sitting there with your little note card like you're calling plays. It's bullshit. You didn't even have a headset on.
What
He
if
was
they
just
were just
vibing.
those? What if they were those learning cards you give to like 5-year-olds, so they can learn their ABCs? So Lincoln just gives
It
them his
looked
little
like it, honestly.
A is for alligator. Got it.
It was insane.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. Now, I think overall, I think he'd be a better offensive coordinator than the Bears have. But I'm sick and tired of him riding everyone's coattails to get his jobs.
Facts.
I mean, he has not had one winning season when he's been a coach. He had Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes wasn't really known, even though he turned into this phenomenal player. The guy had almost 5,000 yards and still couldn't do anything with him.
Yeah.
So it's
Crazy.
mind-boggling to me. But it's not about what you know, it's who you know. And he's rubbed elbows with
It's
everybody.
Friendship League. Shout out Call of Duty.
Shout out that boys. All right, this is an interesting one. This was a good one.
I
from
can
Pro
tell you who
Football
it ain't
Focus.
already. It ain't Milrow.
Definitely ain't Milrow.
Ooh.
I say Noah Fafita. I'll say it with my
Mm.
chest. It's Fafita. He's calm, cool, collected. Shadir, he cannot step up in the pocket to save his life.
No, but he's not far off. Like if he
Oh, he's not far off. If he learns how to do pocket movement, I'll give it
I
to
think
him.
if you gave everyone the same tool, like the same O-line, like if everyone had the same stuff.
Right.
I think I am comfortable with my top 3 being Fafita, Shadur, and Quinn Ewers.
I can live with that. I don't buy the hype for Dylan Gabriel. I saw him
I'd
this
say
last
Carson
year.
Beck at the bot. He just does nothing. But I'd at least have Milrow in there running.
Yeah, Carson Beck don't do much for me.
Jackson Dart, I'm not gonna fall for this trap. I'm not falling for the trap. I've seen him at USC. I don't care what you say. I
You
don't
like the little
Dylan
IPA?
Gabriel, I guess he's supposed to be good. Like
That's
tell
what
me
I've heard,
they
but I've
tell me
seen him
he's
play.
supposed to be good,
And
and
every
I
time
don't
I've watched him,
know.
he was
He
better.
won Red River. Okay, sweet. So
Yeah,
did
I
like
mean,
Blake Bell. Like, what do I
shut
care?
up, Blake Bell. Dude, you remember the Belldozer package they'd bring
Yeah,
in?
it'd be awesome.
Oh,
Now, what would be insane is if Kalen DeBoer just unlocked Milrow. That would be
dude.
electric. Him and Ryan Grubb, and like
Oh,
Milrow turns into like this like Penix that can
Penix that's
run.
athletic.
That would be crazy because he
Oh,
probably can throw the deep ball. Maybe
right.
not better, but like he's got a stronger arm. He's definitely not as accurate, obviously. But if
No,
they can
you
get
don't know
like
where that shit's
they
going.
can get like 60% of what Penix was accuracy wise, his movement is much better.
Dude, if you could
You're
teach
gonna
this
have
kid,
guys on the O line like
if you could teach him how to throw from a crossing route and then to throw a 10-yard dig, their offense is going to be
yeah, like if they can
unstoppable.
just keep enough guys, like
Yeah.
I think they can. I don't. I
I'm
think
not
they can
counting
be
out
really.
Bama.
I know. I think they can be good. I think
Counting out the
DeBoer is really good.
I'm not buying this whole Ole Miss as the new Bama. I'm not doing that bullshit.
No.
LSU is going to be a fraud. I get it. Every single year they're going to be. Georgia, I don't think Beck has what it takes. I think Milrow from the SEC quarterbacks is the best. He has the best potential.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? That Tennessee rookie, I'd like to see what he
he could
did
be good.
because he did really good against the Iowa defense, and I know
I
it's
don't
Iowa's
think who else
offense.
is even in that
That
dang
defense is still pretty good.
conference. I don't even remember. But yeah, give me Fafita, man. Fafita supremacy.
Fafita, holy shit!
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
very confident if they started Fafita at the beginning of the year, I think they
Or
probably
other Miller Moss, baby. Let's go. It's
Dude,
time to
Miller
cut.
time.
Miller time.
I'm about to get some Millers for season. Support the guy, and then you know
Well,
how bad it's gonna be if they bench him, and then I gotta drink the rest of my
it'll be bad.
Millers. It's a good one, but yeah, I'd say Fafita, Shadur,
Yeah.
and then Ewers. I
I
just
think
don't
that's
trust
pretty
Jackson
safe.
Dart. Milrow could be the wild card, but this is kind of like this is the most cartoon like fall I've seen in a while, and I've seen some good ones. Looked at the step.
Bro was walking down so graceful too.
Yeah, and he's got the E, and now it's gone. Where'd he go though?
Into the depths of the rainforest. This guy's dead. Because he just fell from 200 feet in the air.
Yeah. So what happens when you live in a tree?
Yeah, it's a good
And it
season.
rains. Well, the ceramic broke. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Good try.
Okay. Yeah. This is Dumb and Dumber. When stupidity strikes.
Here we go.
Oh, it gets
Here
better.
we go with idiots.
No, you can fit it. Just turn it around. No. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Oh, there's two.
There's three. And no cars are in there. It's as open as it could actually ever be.
Why are we carrying this thing in? Why don't you just let the kid drive it in?
Yeah. There's a lot of questions that need to be asked.
Why did
put
we
it that
think
way.
this was like?
Stupid.
I don't have any good questions to ask that are nice, but
Yeah, I have nothing nice to say, actually.
you're stupid. You're just stupid. This is kind of crazy. Khabib
There he is.
rejected $40 million to return to the UFC.
Yeah, he's
He's a coach.
fair enough. Yeah, like you're not gonna get Khabib like by hey, we'll give you this much money. He doesn't give a shit.
He wants a matchup against McGregor again.
Yeah, probably wants to beat the shit out of him.
I don't know whether to be impressed by this or think this is absolutely stupid, but it's exactly what you think it is.
Okay. See.
Esto.
Oh jeez. Yep.
That's a lot. Like
That's a lot of gas.
I mean, and we both know my family specializes in
Oh
gasoline.
yeah.
I mean, we
Like no
know
other.
how to, we know.
Like none other.
Shit. But the flame coming off this man's ass.
You know, it's diabolical, some would say.
I mean, there's got to be some Chipotle or some Taco Bell in that system because I mean, look at the flame going on.
I know, flame on
That's pretty intense.
to the maximum. Get this guy in the next Fantastic Four.
Facts. Oh my! I mean, That's some real shit.
It's and not the best shit. That's for sure.
I think he might have
He
shit
is not
himself
sitting
right
there
there.
like, "This is the best shot. I hear you.
This is my shot. Yeah, here you
I
challenge.
see you. I'm having fun. I'm gonna kill myself."
I'm gonna throw someone. Here we go. And that's the way it ends. It's only fitting.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can.
Yeah, you know.
Only so much out there sometimes.
Right. I mean, we're about to get locked in.
Well,
Everybody joins us on some rank play if you're joining up.
yeah, get locked in, people. Speaking of Call of Duty, I think Optic plays Miami. I think this Sunday Optic FaZe.
Oh,
Banger. This is the last matches of the weekend, and then it's
please tell me that Optic doesn't get just absolutely just rinsed. Like,
against FaZe. I
yeah,
hope not. We'll play Heretics or that's tomorrow. I guess when
we
you
play
guys are seeing
Teach.
this, that thing will already. No, they're not gonna play Teej. Teej is in there, and Carolina dropped GodRX for Fellow. Their ass. Go back to the last flank, and Scrappy came on to talk about like the new update, and they look at the schedule and the standings, and he is just saying how shit all the other teams. Like he was like Carolina's ass, and they pulled up the standings, and he's like 3-14 because that's Carolina's map now. He's like, oh brother, and then he was looking at he was like, who do they play? And they were like, oh Carolina plays FaZe, and he's like, oh they're fucked.
It's a fucking 3-0.
These guys are There's a world where because top 8 get you're in winners bracket obviously that a team is 2-5 in his top 8. That's how shit these bottom teams are.
I want to see what the over would be for Teach's kill on
I know.
Prize
Might have to
Picks.
take it.
Yeah, I might have to just for the
They were
bullets.
clowning Scrappy because out of FaZe, the top 4 right is FaZe, New York, Toronto, Optic.
Right.
They are 17-1 against the bottom 8. And the one team that lost was Toronto when they lost to Boston, and everyone started clowning. And Octane was like, "Damn, Ernie, you couldn't get me one. You just fucked up the 18-0." He's like, "That's my bad, guys. Honestly."
Couldn't get me one.
He's like, "Nice job, idiot."
Oh, they don't even have Teach's matchup up yet.
Yeah, that
This is
one's
kinda crazy,
on. That
though.
one's on Saturday.
So for 3 of the Optic players, they have over 50 kills, like 50.5 for Shotzi, 50.5 for Kenny, 51.5 for Pred, and somehow Dashy 47.5. I might have taken the over on that.
I know. I took Dashy over last time and he didn't hit it. I was like, bro, because sometimes he's like, if everyone else is slamming, sometimes he'll just be sitting in hill, like he doesn't really have to do shit. That's why his is lower, because he has the #1 hill time in the league right now, which is crazy.
Dashy, he's soaking.
He's soaking. Never thought I'd see the day.
You think
He
he's
came in the league chowing.
Yeah, and you're not talking about some Provo stuff.
I'm not talking about BYU.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, he's the chow master. All right, everybody. Hopefully you enjoy
That's
some
all she wrote for
football
us.
and, yeah, get out of here. Go play some rank play.
Yeah, go
Come
level
stream.
up. I'm shooting your body though. Just know that.
Just know if I see you, I'm chowing you.
Facts.
All right, see you later.
See ya.